Hello, folks. This is Arkansas Rehabilitation Services Region 4 Getting Ready to Work series. Today it's going to be our Part 7, Employer's Expectation for Employees. How to get a job and how to keep a job. We at Arkansas Rehabilitation Services are preparing a job-ready, career-bound workforce to meet the needs of Arkansas employers. Now, our objectives today will be, you're going to develop strategies on how to keep jobs. You're going to model the appropriate behavior in the workplace. And you're going to find 5 verbal and 5 nonverbal communication techniques needed in the workplace. Employers' expectations. Now you got the job. How are you going to keep it?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jimmy. Jimmy just got a new fancy job at a fancy office doing paperwork and other business-like things. Say hello, Jimmy.
Hi.
But Jimmy, do you know how to appropriately behave at work? Not to worry, Jimmy. With my help, you'll be a model employee. This is Zawatsky.
Sup?
He's not a very good employee. Don't follow his example, Jimmy. We'll check in with you later, Zawatsky.
Whatever.
First impressions are very important, Jimmy. First things first. You know what they always say. Dress for the job you want, not for the job you have.
Can I dress as Batman?
No, Jimmy. How about business casual? Button-up shirts, dress pants, and nice shoes. Now you're looking sharp, kid. Let's see how Zawatsky dresses for work.
What?
Hygiene is also important.
What's this?
So shower daily and remember to always wear deodorant. Okay, Jimmy, the next tip to making a good first impression is to show up to work on time. Arriving on time shows that you care about your work and are responsible. Wait, where's Zawatsky? These are your co-workers, Jimmy. Get to know them, because you're going to have to see and work with them every day.
Hi, I'm Jimmy.
Hi, I'm Sam. Oh my God, are you new here? Where did you work before this? You're dressed so nice. Oh my God, I really love your tie. My boyfriend has that tie. I love it when he wears it on dates. Did you get it at Old Navy? That's where he got his.
Some employees are easier to work with than others, Jimmy.
So much like a movie star. Oh my God, have you met the boss yet? He's really cool, but he's really, really weird. He reminds me of Liz a little bit. By the way, don't talk to Liz. She's the worst, and she used to work as a circus clown. Who does that?
Beware of office gossip, Jimmy. Always keep your conversations with your coworkers respectable and professional. Try changing the subject to something work-related.
Oh my God.
Do you have that paperwork I was asking about?
Yeah, actually, I had a question about that. Okay, oh my God,
Great work, Jimmy. Let's see how Zawatsky interacts with his fellow colleagues.
Hey, Zwatsky, did you get done with that paperwork that I asked for?
Liz, I don't have time for you. Go back to clown school. Honk, honk.
Hello? She really just stole my stapler.
Sometimes coworkers might do things that you won't like, and you'll have to confront them. Try talking to her, Jimmy. Not so fast, Jimmy. Remember to remain calm and don't call her out in front of the other employees.
Hey, could you, not take my stapler? Or at least ask to borrow it next time?
Sometimes your coworkers won't be very cooperative. At this point, it might be okay to get a supervisor.
Give him back his stapler.
What does Zawadzki do when he has to confront his coworkers?
Sebastian, do you have a shape that I can grab?
No, Liz, my gosh, why are you always taking my shoes off?
Sorry.
This is your boss, Jimmy. He tells you what to do and how to do it. He also pays you, so you need to be nice to him and do what he says. Always be attentive and follow orders without hesitation or complaining. This is your job, after all.
Hey, Jimmy, I need you to make copies of these graphs for me for next business meeting.
Confused about an assignment, Jimmy? It's okay to ask questions, you know. Better to get a clear understanding of what you're doing so you don't mess up something by accident.
How many do you need, sir? Like that.
Very good, Jimmy. I wonder what the boss thinks of Zawadzki.
Zawadzki! Quit fooling around! I need you to fix those spelling errors on your last report.
Why are you always telling me what to do? You're so bossy. Make Liz do it.
Waiting on orders, Jimmy? Well, don't just sit there and do nothing. Use your time wisely and find something to keep yourself busy and productive. If you can't find anything, try asking your boss if anything needs to be done.
Oh, sir. Is there anything you need done? I'm glad you asked, Jimmy. Could you make a few phone calls for me? Yes, I can. How many do you need? Like that.
Way to take initiative, Jimmy. You'll get that promotion in no time. I wonder what Zawadzki's doing. Looks like somebody won't be getting any promotions. Let's recap, Jimmy. Today we learned a few things about appropriate work behaviors. Dress for success. Be on time. Get along with your coworkers, but keep it professional. Keep your boss happy. Looks like you're going to be A-okay, kiddo.
But what about Zawadzki? Zawadzki, you're fired. Whatever. Well, I guess that answers that question.
Just follow my tips and you won't end up like him. Good luck, Jimmy.
Okay, let's talk about communication. We know there's verbal communication. That's how you talk, your sound, language, even the tone, how you talk, your tone of voice. Listening is a part of communication. Listening and hearing. Hearing means you hear it. Listening means you understand it. Nonverbal. We're going to talk a lot about that. Your facial expressions, body language, your posture, everything is nonverbal. Written communication. That's anything written. That could be journals, emails, blogs, text messages, anything that's written. That's communication. Visual communication. That could be a stop sign, speed sign, symbols, pictures. That is a form of communication. What determines if you get or lose a job? Just knowing how to do the job and being able to do the job, will that help you keep the job? Yes. How much? Well, you would be surprised, but your attitude in order to keep a job or get a job is 40% of the work. Your own attitude. You have a good attitude, that's 40%. Communication skills is 25%. And your image, appearance, how you look, how you smell, how you dress, that's 25%. So you have communication skills, 25. Image and appearance, 25. That's 50. Attitude, 40%. That's 90% that you have control of. Now, your job skills, the ability to do the job, is only 10% in the factors of keeping or maintaining a job. Just your job skills alone. Very surprising. Okay, we're going to talk about nonverbal communication. And we're going to use that magic word I told you before, share. This is body positions, your facial expressions, gestures. We're going to use share. Listen very carefully. S stands for sit up straight. Sit up straight. So if I'm going to talk, I'm going to sit up straight. Sit up straight. Don't fidget. Just sit up straight. And that means you're engaged in the conversation. Have a good attitude. Make sure you have the smile. You have a good attitude about communication. Don't frown, grunt. No, you just have a good attitude. Activate your thinking. Everybody needs to wait 5 seconds before they answer a question. Think about what you're going to say before you say it. The worst thing you do is say the wrong thing and not mean it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. I can answer that for you. You take away all the things you shouldn't say and say the things you need to say. R, relax. When you're engaged in nonverbal communication, make sure you're relaxed. Don't look like you're tense or nervous or anything like that. Just relax. And maybe not the most important, but definitely not the least, eye contact. Maintain that eye contact with you. Look at them. Body language is a lot of things. There's some things how you project yourself to other people is what they read into you. That's what they think you are. If you have your arms folded and you're looking at somebody, that could mean, one or two things. One thing is you're mad at them. Or the other thing is that you're scared of them. Your arms are folded and you're like this. That's not a good position. Guys, you got your hands in your pocket? That's telling the other person you're not interested in them. So if you're engaging in a conversation, make sure your hands are out of your pocket. If you're asking a girl on a prom date, make sure you don't have your hands in your pocket because that girl's going to think, he's not interested in me. I'm going to move on. You don't want that. Don't fidget. If you cross your hands and fidget, what's that saying? You're up to something or you're lying. You have anything crossed. What does that mean when you talk to somebody and you have your fingers crossed? You're lying. Be careful with that. Don't have things crossed. And of course, this is from the University of Oklahoma Me Transition. We're going to talk a little bit more about body language. This is a very good example.
Alice works at a local department store. She spends most of her day interacting with customers and coworkers. There's a lot of talking involved, but there's also another form of nonverbal communication that's being used just as often. Body language. Body language is the process of communicating through nonverbal signals. It includes things like our posture, facial expressions, gestures, and more. The meanings of these all vary from culture to culture, but we instinctively read body language and interpret it as some expression of moods, feelings, or intentions. So, in Alice's case, even before she speaks, she may be communicating all kinds of things to customers. For example, if her arms are crossed and she's avoiding eye contact, customers may not find her to be very approachable. However, Alice could be in a friendly mood, even though her body language suggests otherwise. And this isn't necessarily a conscious choice that she's made. This could just be how she habitually presents herself. But If Alice is aware of these habits, she can work on improving her body language. Changing your habits can be difficult, but if you take time to pause and check in with yourself, you can start to notice them and adjust things to become a better nonverbal communicator. This awareness can also be applied to reading others' body language. Let's say Alice notices that her coworker is unusually quiet, has his body turned away from her, and is slouched over. She may pick up that he's upset, or that there's an unspoken issue at hand. Depending on Alice's relationship with him, she may want to give him some space, or ask if anything's wrong. Being aware of the various aspects of body language can make all the difference in how people perceive you and how you perceive them. Be aware of how you present yourself, and you can say a lot without speaking.
GCF Global.
Okay. Now we're going to turn it around. We're going to talk about verbal communication. That's how you speak. We're going to talk about that type of communication, how you can project yourself better. We are going to also use that word share for verbal communication as we did nonverbal. Okay, there's our word, share again. Easy to remember, S-H-A-R-E. But this is verbal communication. S, we're going to say, stands for say it right. Know how to pronounce things. Make sure your pronunciation is correct. H, have a pleasant tone of voice. Don't sound like you're grunting or anything. Have a pleasant tone of voice. That means you're approachable. A, hey, that's verbal communication. Always listen. Listening is different than hearing. Hearing means you get the sounds. Listening means you understand the sounds. Relax. Again, we're going to use relax on verbal communication as we did nonverbal. You're not talking to Demi Lovato, your boss. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you do. So it's not like you're talking to somebody just out of your reach. And engage in the conversation. Make sure you answer more than just yes, no, or a grunt. Answer in a complete sentence. Repeat what was said to you so they know you understand. Engage in a conversation. Never answer in one word, yes or no. Make sure it's a complete sentence. And this is, of course, part of the University of Oklahoma Me Transition Curriculum again. Okay, I'm going to try to hypnotize you to remember that word share. Share for nonverbal communication is S, sit up straight. H, have a good attitude. A, activate your thinking. R, relax. E, eye contact. Verbal communication. S, say it right. H, have a pleasant tone of voice. A, again, activate your thinking. R, relax. And E, engage in that conversation. Remember that. Oh man, that is getting me dizzy. Let's move on. Now, do you communicate the same way that you do your friends, family members, and your bosses? You really shouldn't. Can you use slang with friends? Yes. Can you use slang with supervisors? Maybe not. How about family members? Sometimes it's not appropriate to use cuss words to your parents. But is it okay to be emotional with your parents? Yeah, it's okay. How about your supervisors? Maybe not. Be emotional to your friends and supervisors. No, there are different ways to communicate. with different groups, your different groups. Okay, we're going to talk about the next thing that in order to keep a job is you got to be a good team player. We're going to show some quotes here about teamwork. Teamwork divides the task and multiplies the success. We don't actually know who said that, but that's pretty wise. Now, there is no such thing as a self-made man. You will reach your goals only with the help of others. That was said by George Shinn, the billionaire owner of the Charlotte Hornets NBA basketball team. He had a lot of help on his way to become a multi-billionaire. He just didn't do it on his own. And here is Helen Keller. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Helen Keller said that, and there she's having a conversation with the President Dwight Eisenhower. Helen is blind, mute, and is deaf. Yet she wrote books, very accomplished, but she couldn't have done that alone. She had a team behind her to get where she was. Very important and inspirational woman. Okay, no one can whistle sympathy. It takes a whole orchestra to play it. H.E. Lecoq. There he is in the corner. Hey, like I said before, Gene Simmons and Kiss could only go so far without Ace Frehley and Paul Stanley and Peter Criss. He had to have that band Kiss behind him. He had to have band members to be successful. He couldn't have made those songs all on his own. He had to have help. And you do too. Now, are you a good team member? Are you reliable? Are you counted on to get the job done? Are you an effective communicator? Do you express your thoughts and ideas clearly? And you respect others? Are you an active listener? I didn't say active hearer. Are you an active listener? You listen to and respect different points of view. People may be critical of you, but that criticism might help you become a better person, better worker, and you listen to them. How can I improve myself based on what this person says? Listen. Do you participate? Do you get involved in team activities? Are you a regular contributor to the team? And do you share openly and willingly your ideas, information, experience, and knowledge within your team or within your workplace? I dream of a better world where chicken can cross the road without having his motives questioned. I love that quote. Okay, more things about being a good team member. Are you cooperative? You work with other members of the team to accomplish the job no matter what it takes. Are you flexible? When things change in your team or your workplace, can you adapt to it? Can you try something new when needed? Are you committed? Do you always give your best effort? Are you a problem solver? Do you focus on the solutions to problems? And you do not point fingers at others for doing something wrong. You look at what makes you a better worker. And are you respectful? Do you treat others with courtesy and consideration all the time? It doesn't have to be your team members, your peers, everybody, your teachers, your customers, your boss, your coworkers. Are you respectful to them? And if you're respectful to them, they will be respectful to you. Okay, if you have any questions, no worries, send it to us, Arkansas Rehabilitation Services. My name is Byron Laster, and I'm from Region 4, pre-ETS counselor, Byron Laster. Lady on the left right there is my boss, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Governor of Arkansas. Until next time, I will see you again. I hope you learned something from this short video, and good luck in keeping that job and maintaining that job. Thank you.